Hello. Can we all give another round of applause to Megan, Alana, and Karina, because they're amazing. Hi, my name is Michaela Woods, and I'm here to talk to you about inequality. You guys might be thinking, what does this 17-year-old white girl know about inequality? The truth is, we all know something about inequality. We've either A, dealt with it head on, B, read about it in our history books, or C, we've seen it on the news. Now, I'm here to write an open letter to millennials to show you how far we've truly come. Dear millennials, I'm going to show you how great you are by pointing out the trials and tribulations of the past. There have been plenty of years of darkness and distress. We've had wars, massacres, economic downfalls, mass murderers, scary dictators, and most of all, inequality among the masses. I deal with inequality because I'm a woman and I struggle with my mental health. If you think about it, women have only been able to vote for 100 years. We've gone from foot binding to stereotypes that say you have to stay in the kitchen, have to be a good housewife, do laundry, cook, clean, to finally having a voice in politics, to having a woman win the popular vote. This progression is crazy, and I'm so thankful for this progression because I someday want to go into the medical field, and if I was alive 100 years ago and said I wanted to be a woman doctor, people would have been like, you're crazy, you're supposed to be a housewife. And another progression I'm so grateful for is the acceptance of mental health. There used to be a huge stigma around mental health. You were told to deal with it one of two ways. You're either supposed to suck it up and toughen up, or you were locked in the loony bin, as they called it. These insane asylums were ran by nuns, and they cured depression with solitary confinement. Think about that for a moment. It's crazy how far we've come, and if this progression wouldn't have happened, I probably wouldn't have survived. I wouldn't be able to stand up here today and tell you I have anxiety, an OCD, and that I go to therapy each week. My classmates wouldn't be able to stand up here and tell you about their struggles and their mental disorders and share their stories with pride and strength. Now, enough about me and the problems I've faced in the past. Let's take it back to the 1600s, where slavery was legal, practiced regularly. These African Americans, because they were a different color than the majority, they were counted as 3/5 of a person. You fast forward a few hundred years, slavery is no longer legal, which is great, but racism has only just begun. You have Plessy versus Ferguson, Jim Crow laws, and separate but equal. Some may say this is a step in the right direction because slavery is no longer legal, but we know that we still have a long way to go. Martin Luther King Jr. gave his speech in 1963 to springboard the civil rights movement and lead us to equality. Now, you look at 2009, we have a black president inaugurated that's going to be here for 2 terms. In 2016, we have Black Lives Matter movements, and we have a lot of people in culture and a lot of people of color in culture. We all know who Beyonce is. Now, we need to keep moving forward. Another progression I'm going to speak about is the acceptance of gay marriage. In the 1920s, 1930s, around there, they treated homosexuality with electric shock therapy. Fast forward to June 26, 2015, and gay marriage is legalized in all 50 states. This fight for love inspired equality across the board, not just with homosexuality. Now, why is it that in a few hundred years, women have gone from housewives to doctors and presidential candidates? It's because the people love and the people care. Why is it that I can stand up here today and tell you guys I have a mental illness and I'm still a successful woman and I'm not in an insane asylum? It's because the people love and the people care. Why is it that we had a black president for 2 terms and slavery is non-existent? It's because the people love and the people care. Why is it that you can marry whoever you want now? It's because the people love and the people care. This love is the common denominator in fighting for equality. We need to band together now more than ever. The only way is if we accept each other. We can't divide into groups. This common denominator is the reason why the Women's March had 3 times the attendees as the presidential inauguration. This fight is why you can marry whoever you want now. This fight and this love is why we have Black Lives Matter movements. And this fight is why this TED Talk exists and why we can share our stories. These changes were made by the people and for the people. We were raised to make changes, but we still have a long ways to go. We can't just settle with, you know what, we're almost legal. We're almost equal. We're equal on paper. It's fine. We need to keep going. We are the ones making changes, and we were raised by people who make changes. We are going to raise our kids to make changes as well, and they're going to raise their kids the same. The truth is, I believe millennials are the game changers. We're stepping in the right direction. We are the game changers. Thank you.